Okay guys, welcome to Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem. First time I'm ever playing a Nintendo GameCube game, obviously on PC. First time I've ever played this game, first time I've known about this game for a long time. People always mention it, and I even knew about it from before, because I mean, look at that name, Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem, very cool. So I'm going into this completely blind. No subtitles are put on for you guys. Widescreen 16.9. Seems I can do that. That'd be better for... but it stretches it a bit, doesn't it? No, seems to be fine. Yeah, so I'm going into this completely blind. No experience whatsoever with this game. I don't know what it's really about. I don't know. I saw the review of it, but I skipped most of it because I didn't want to spoil it. I was just like, yeah, I saw the review and this is good. So I'm going completely blind. And I know since a lot of you are younger than me, this is before your time. So I will just say, as a retro gamer, I love my retro games. I grew up with NES. That please excuse the graphics. It's not cutting edge. It's made in 2002, as you see. So, yeah. But yeah, it's going to be Lovecraftian. Of that, I'm quite certain.
Bone, bound together with the oddest magical incantation. This wretched book is where it all began so long ago. Before time, before humanity. I am Dr. Edward Roivas. I am a clinical psychologist. I am also dead. This is not my story, nor even the story of the Roivas family. It is the story of humanity. Like it or not, believe it or not, as you will. Your perceptions will not change reality, but simply color it. Humanity has been on the edge of extinction for 2 millennia. Ignorant of so much, and dependent on so few. The Guardians grow restless. Their time once again near. Whether by fate or misfortune, my family has crossed their path, and they didn't take kindly to it. Their attention turns to my granddaughter, for she is the last of my line. And the last hope for humanity.
Wow, that's purple. Here I am. Oh shit! What? Ah! I'm already fighting? Oh, I got no tutorial, nothing. Jesus, even slow as hell. What the hell?
Hello?
Miss Alexandra Roivas?
Yeah, who's this?
This is Inspector LaGrasse of the Rhode Island Police.
Oh.
I'm
our boy
sorry to disturb
LaGrasse.
you, but there's been an accident with your grandfather.
I'll be on the next flight out.
Was he jostled by a nautical, Okay. I already have a smile on my face. I'm loving this.
Miss Roivas, I'm pleased to meet you. I trust you had a pleasant trip?
Yes, I suppose so, considering.
Yes, my condolences. This is most unpleasant. It's a shame we couldn't meet under brighter circumstances.
Yes, it is. Can we get this over with, please?
Of course. This way. But I must warn you, it's not a pleasant sight. I'm afraid there's not much to see.
Oh. A little bit more than jostled, I'd say.
Miss Roivas, is that your grandfather, Edward?
Yes, it's him. He's wearing our family ring. I don't understand. Why are you showing me this? Can't you check dental records or something? What is wrong with you?
Maybe. There's no head, maybe?
I'm sorry. It's my job, lady. You're the only living relative, and no, we can't check dental records. There's no head. None of this makes sense.
I called it.
There's no sign of intrusion, and there was certainly a lot of force used here. I have never seen anything like this in my 20 years on the force. We have no evidence except for the body, and what's left doesn't say much. We don't have a single clue.
Well, you better find out who did this. I'm not leaving Rhode Island until you do. There must be some clue in this old mansion revealing what happened. I want answers.
So do I. I wish I had some.
Shocked by her grandfather's mysterious death and frustrated at the incompetence of the local police, Alex vows to uncover the truth. She decides to search the mansion, the place where Edward conducted his research. If there was a tie to his past, and possibly a tie to his murderer, it would be here. So here we are, actually the first real gaming part. As I say, I've never touched a GameCube in my life. So I have no idea about the controls whatsoever. So let me just get experience here. We got like posing for fight. Yeah, throw those hooks, baby. We got running. We have those do nothing. Okay. Alright, it's not rocket science, I guess. I can get used to it. Anyway. Examine. Okay. Nothing. Controls are pretty tight. I'm sorry I missed out on this on my childhood. 2002. What was I doing then? I was a weird kid. I wasn't too much into gaming. I grew up with Nintendo NES. Then I had a Sega. What do we called it? Master System. You guys called it No, was it that? Mega Drive. There we go. It's a grim bastard. Yeah, so I really... And then I had a PS1. I had like 3 games for it, because games in South Africa were expensive as hell, and I only later discovered you could hack the PS1 to take pirate games. Yeah. Beautiful carriage clock. The hands appear to be stuck, yet the clock continues to tick with the time permanently set to 3:33. That's the time when I got the call. Remember? There's a key in the back of the clock, presumably for winding it. Should Alex look at the key? Yeah, why not? Let's have a look. Alex picks up the desk clock and pulls a key from it. However, there is something odd about the key. It isn't for winding at all. It looks like a dresser key. Okay. Bingo. Now I get some Resident Evil vibes. That was one of the few games I had on on PlayStation. So, portraits of the ancestral Roivas line the foyer walls. Line the foyer walls. Their faces reveal a dark, brooding edge. There is something about each one that gives the viewer an unsettling feeling. Yeah, okay, so that's her bloodline, right? That kind of makes me think of in The Shadow over Innsmouth, obviously. Jeez, it is dark in here. I will bump this up for you guys in post-production. It's like atmospheric. It is very atmospheric though. Oh, look at that. It's even got some lighting effect. Yeah, so it makes me think that maybe... Punch the wall, baby. It makes me think that maybe her bloodline is somehow cursed or something, you know, because the guy says, oh, it's my granddaughter, the last of the line, something like that, you know. A wooden plaque is fastened to the door, taking the place of the lock. A colored sigil is carved into the wood above a wide slot. The slot is just wide enough to insert a narrow blade. Alright. So, yeah. We're gonna have to do a lot of exploring here. Oh no, let's go back in there. I think I missed some stuff. Actually, you know, there's our stuff. Okay. Just ready a weapon. This function allows. Okay. Switches between. Okay. Let's bump it up a little bit. Jesus, it is dark. Yeah, there. Okay, saved. Yeah, it's a bit brighter, okay. So yeah, definitely getting the vibes of Resident Evil. Something I played to death. It was Resident Evil 2, then 3. I could probably get like wasted. Wake up at like 4 AM with 1 hour sleep. And still go blindfolded through Resident Evil 3. I knew it so well. And yeah, I know a lot of you maybe aren't into retro gaming, because to you guys, I know I'm just kind of figuring out the age demographic of my channel, and I seem to be like a grandpa here or something. Like a lot of you are much younger than this. So for you, retro gaming was probably like I don't know, Modern Warfare or something. I don't know. A grand piano stands here, awaiting the hands of a decent musician. Unfortunately, Edward never really lived up to that description, and as such, the piano fell into disuse. Should play like some Moonlight Sonata on there, see what opens up. Yeah, but so for this type of stuff is my bread and butter. I mean, I have a gaming laptop, which I'm actually playing on now. Which is good enough to play most games these days. Albeit maybe the top one's not on the highest settings, but I still love retro gaming. So my uncle was quite reclusive, it seems. Look at this, what we have here. The illustration features a collection of strange line designs related to each other in a cyclical manner. There appears to be some significance to it, but it isn't particularly evident. Alright. Doesn't seem to be much to interact with. Oh, she seems interested in something there. Oh, look, she looks up. So yeah, from what I understand of this game is that they made this one. This was the first mature game for Nintendo ever. This is just going on the review I watched, and yeah, it never really went further than this. It didn't make very good sales because at the same time they released the Redux of Resident Evil 1. Also on GameCube, and everyone just bought that, and then everyone forgot about this. So the portraits of the ancestral Roivas line, the foyer walls, the faces really. Okay, we read that one. So, yeah. Okay. Let's see. So the Roivas line. This door is locked. So surely... Oh, we haven't gone down here yet, have we? So surely... there's something... let me turn on the music. The music's a bit loud, isn't it, guys? Volume. No, not that volume. Oh, I guess there's no separate one for music. Anyway. In the warm glow of candlelight, the Roivas family tree hangs from the wall. Shadows flitter across its surface, obscuring the detail. If one looks closely, the family's secrets are revealed. So yeah, for sure we're getting some marsh, sort of Obed marshy feels here, you know, like Obed, the Roivas version of Marsh in this game is clearly stuck his nose into something that he shouldn't have, and now I, Alex Roivas here, am paying the penalty, you know. Old school Lovecraft stuff. What are we here? These books contain the history of the Roivas family, genealogy, birth and death records, deeds and writs. The Roivas family history is a troubled one. As Mediterranean immigrants, the early Roivas were shunned by the other settlers in North America. Suspected of witchcraft, the Roivas were convicted during the witch hunts, forcing them into hiding. As memories faded, the Roivas rebuilt their lives. Mediterranean immigrants, Roivas. Okay, in that review I watched Roivas as Savior spelled backwards. So, but Roivas, if I had to guess, Greek. The books in this corner seem to focus on the supernatural, the writings of Poe, Lovecraft, the poetry of Blake, the art of Bosch, everything with a tie to ethereal, horror, or fantasy. It is all here. A reference library to the arcane. Was this Alex's grandfather's secret hobby? I know it's mine. The art of Bosch, by the way, if you don't know who that is, I think his name was Hieronymus Bosch. I was just in Madrid and I saw his art. Maybe I just put some example on the screen right now. His art was severely messed up, but he got very famous for it. He was around in like 1430, and I think he was Dutch. I saw some of his art there in Madrid, and yeah, that guy was definitely on something. Definitely not the puritanical Jesus portraits. That wasn't his thing. A slight draft can be felt issuing from beneath this bookshelf, almost though a vent or empty space is behind it. Yeah, we need to open that up there, don't we? Let's mess with this clock. This looming grandfather clock seems to stand ominously in the corner, gazing on this empty room with an almost patriarchal air. Use left and right to adjust the clock's hands. Yes! 3:33, I think, is the one. Huh? No? One full circle, nada. Alright, 3:33 seems to be the magical time, so we're gonna go 3. 1, 2, 3. Bingo! Aren't I a smart cookie? Who's this chick? Okay, no comment. Alright. Papers. These are always good for... No? Okay. Nothing to say about that then. So what I do know of this storyline is... of this game is that it does mess with your controls. If you are familiar with... oops, cutscene. Oh boy, now that is a book. Grandpa's hiding something in there. I always check stuff out. A small shrine of candles. Their placement appears to be very deliberate, matching the etchings on the table and the wall's illustration. The candles are unlit. Well, I always like to check out the surroundings before I go in for what's obviously the main thing. A diabolic drawing of a stack of human bodies, each one cemented into place. What twisted psyche could have executed these drawings? Though disturbing, it is meticulously rendered down to the subtlest detail. The precise anatomy of fractured bones and convolutions of spines and ribs entwine into a mesmering sight. That is, yeah. One thing I always maintain is key to... Oh, that's a sword for the door. A gladius is on display above the fireplace. Yeah, pick that up. Yeah, boy. Okay, hold on. No, wait. Inventory. Equip. Yeah. Let's see anyone fuck with me now. I always maintain that in Lovecraftian horror, although it's not always the most obvious, because you think of Lovecraftian horror, you think of people going insane. But I always maintain that I don't know how to really say it, the physical perversion of the human being is something common in Lovecraftian horror. So it's not just that you die, it's just that you get twisted and perverted in horrific ways. If you think of the movie The Thing, which is exemplary Lovecraftian horror, truly. This is a bizarre drawing of cyclopean cities. It is meant to be an unnatural fog. As Alex studies it, she can almost imagine the city's inhabitants. Oh, Jesus. So yeah, the perversion of the human being, you know, it's not just that you are killed or die as a consequence of interacting with the things out there. It's just that it also severely... It twists you, it morphs you, it perverts you, and it's very ugly. Also in Alien, you see that. You don't just die. This thing takes you over. A painting of a jungle-shrouded building. It seems to be a temple in Asia, perhaps from Thailand or Cambodia. So, I think when you see humans twisted and perverted in some way like this, that's always a good sign that that is really going to be a good Lovecraftian horror type of thing, you know. So, I mean, Cthulhu might just squash you, okay, but if you look at the other things, in the recent story I read, the horror in the museum, Run Tegoth, that's the big bad entity. Basically, yeah, well, detail. This looks like some kind of mask. The face is serene in composure with a faint hint of a smile tugging at the corners of the mouth and eyes closed in deep meditation. So yeah, that's actually what I'm going to be doing as a Weird Tales talk coming up soon. The horror in the museum. So if you haven't read it, guys, now's your chance to go read it. This Gothic cathedral is silhouetted against a stark light. The image is vicious and devoid of subtlety. Every brushstroke echoes the spikes of the architecture, imbuing a violent feeling as though the building itself is a harsh imposition on reality. A grim picture indeed. Jesus, I would love to be in here. It's just beautiful. An aged page set inside a glass frame hangs on the wall. An insane scribbling covers the page, incomprehensible to Alex. Perhaps if Alex had some kind of tome, hint hint, it could be deciphered. That will be the thing on the desk that's glowing, waiting for me. Oops. So yeah, this is... So far, Jesus, I'm enjoying this game. Examine the tome. Is this a Necronomicon? A large leather-bound antique book rests upon the cluttered desk. Should Alex read the book? Well, if we know our Lovecraftian horror, she should no, she should go get go watch Netflix or something and just relax. But let's open the book.
no knowledge of what was to come, nor did I care. How the knowledge changed me, it will also change you. As you read this, you will come to learn fear as I have. You too will come to understand, or you will perish. To think that once I could not see beyond the veil of our reality. To see those who dwell behind. My life now has purpose, for I have learned the frailty of flesh and bone. I was once a fool. Where is Quies Candamest? Where is Conservondine? Facusatis aquae sumant, et animus eorum conferma. Pugna huis, dia sit modo prima multarum, si inceptum conficiamus.
Quam primum, Centurio Augustus. I would like to compliment you once more on your battle tactics. Our enemies did not have a chance. Do you believe that it really exists, Centurion?
I do not doubt our Emperor's beliefs, or his orders. But if we are to retrieve the artifact, then we must be strong and patient. Come to us, pious Augustus.
Oops. Okay. Okay, sorry about, there seems to be some stuttering in the video, but I'll try and get that fixed somehow in the future videos. Okay, so we are clearly back in time. I really like this. You know, Lovecraftian horror can go to any time period, truly. Even in the Rats in the Walls, you see mention of Romans sort of coming into contact with these even older cults, you know. So yeah, but apart from that time, I never really noticed any talk of Lovecraftian horror in other times. Here and there, you know. But the decorations on the wall are a mixture of ancient cultures, civilizations that have long since turned to dust. Perhaps this dungeon is all that remains of them. Yeah, that's just as I said, from Rats in the Walls. This is really nice, man. Maybe I should stop here. It's already been, I think, half an hour. Yeah, maybe I'm gonna stop here for the first part. Guys, tell me how long would you like these videos to be, you know, because I'm gonna stop recording here and then I'm just gonna continue playing, obviously recording for the second video. But how long do you guys like them? 20 minutes, is that good? 30 minutes, is that too much? 10 minutes is too short, so I'm gonna try aim for like 25 to 30 minutes per video. Hope you guys are cool with that, and then I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.